So we know Jeffrey wants to plant some tomatoes, and he needs 4 large planters to do it. But Jeffrey's unique. He knows that each planter has to have a volume of 320 cubic feet, but all of the planters he wants to be different. It's going to be our task to draw and label diagrams that show at least 4 different planters, because he needs 4 planters. We have to remember, though, that each planter must be different and must have a volume of 320 cubic feet. So I know I have to draw and label a diagram. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to take my draw utensil. Here is my planter. I made it look just like a box. And I have to figure out, man, this is going to be tricky. We're going to have to do some guess and check work or use our knowledge of numbers and their multiples. So we know volume equals length times width times height. We know our volume has to equal 320. So I have to figure out what, when multiplied together, is going to get me 320. Now I could just randomly start looking at numbers and check, or I could look at 320. When I look at 320, I notice several things. I notice that 320 could be split into 32 times 10. I know that it has to be a multiple of 5 because it ends in a 0. I know it is an even number, so it could be divisible by 2. So we're going to try to figure out what I can multiply things by in order to make 320. I'm first going to start with this. If we take 320, the volume, and we split it into 32 times 10, I can say the length is going to be 10. And we're going to label it here, length. And we're going to put equals 10. I then can think about 32. What do I know about 32? I can make 32 by multiplying what 2 numbers together? I can multiply 8 times 4. So if I multiply 4 times 8 times 10, I'm going to get 320. So we can make our width equal to, I believe I put 8 there, and our height could equal 4. And that could be how one of its planters looks. However, I could do this in so many different ways, because I can also figure out 32 could also be made by multiplying 2 times what? And then if I multiply that by 10, I'm going to get 320. I want you guys to play around and try to come up with at least one more diagram to demonstrate how you can find volume that is 320 cubic feet and that is different from the one that we just did together.